guys, Kaz here, and today I have something a little bit different. I have a library book haul. So if you watched my goals video, then you'll know that one of the goals I wanted to do this year was to utilise my library app and my Kindle a little bit more, just because books exist, I can read them there. Later on in that same video, I also went through my 2024 TBR. So if you watched that, you would have seen me mention this one, United as One by Pittacus Law. And you would have heard me say in that video, why have I got such a long hold on this? So obviously I picked this up in January and the hold said the 3rd of June, or the something of June anyway. And I was like, what? Why is that? Yeah, it turns out my library's closing for many months because they're like redoing all the heating and fixings and stuff. So it's closing. And I only knew that because I got a phone call about this book, The Merciless Ones by Namina Fauna. So after I put a hold on this one, I thought, hey, I'll put a hold on this one as well because I want to read this with one of my friends. We're doing a buddy read of this book. And I got a phone call saying, hey, pick it up today because we're closing today and we're not going to be open for many months. So while I was there, I picked up a bunch of other stuff as well. Why not? I've got 6 months to read them. I'll talk about these two books first and then we'll get into everything else. So the first book that I put a hold on was United as One by Pittacus Law, which is the last book in the Lorien Legacy series. I've been meaning to read this book for quite a while now, but every charity shop I go into, there are always books in this series, but never the last one. So I thought, you know what, just get it from the library, stop being an idiot. So I'm going to read this one and finish that series off. It's a series about aliens, if you didn't know. And then this one, The Merciless Ones, is the second book in... has it got a name? I don't know. The first book is The Gilded Ones anyway, which I read last year. I'd already read it with my friend and we were going to carry on with the series. So I thought, hey, why not grab it from the library? I really enjoyed the book. I really enjoyed the series, but why spend £8 on the next book when I can just get it from the library? So yeah, we're going to be reading this one quite soon. Whenever they grab their copy, we will be reading this one and hopefully it's as good as the first one. So when I picked this one up, obviously they said it was the last day and then they were closing for like many months. There is another library that's kind of close by that they said, oh, we'll leave it there if you can't come today. But like kind of close by to somebody who doesn't have a car means walking an hour up a hill. And I don't want to do that, so I just went to the big proper one. And while I was there, I went to the graphic novel section and I picked up a bunch of things and I had this big armful and then I was like, maybe I should actually ask how many I can take out. So I asked the lady and she said 24, which is a lot. I don't know if that's the normal amount or whether it's because they're shutting, but hey, thanks. I didn't pick up 24, but I did pick up quite a few. Graphic novels are expensive, so why not try them out at the library? So the first thing I picked up was volume 1 to 6 of Gideon Falls. Do I know anything about this series? No. But I will give you 2 reasons why I picked this up. Number 1, Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire wrote Sweet Tooth, which is one of my favourite graphic novel series, and I will read more of his things. And number 2, if we flick over to the back, it says rated M for mature, horror / occult and supernatural, and I'm just like, yes please, because I've realised that I like dark shit in comics. Most of my favourite comics have some dark stuff going on. Sweet Tooth, if you've seen the TV show, it's all like sunshine, happy beams. The comics are very dark. Chew, it seems kind of fun on the surface because it's all about food. There's loads of murders in it. It's all about murders and eating flesh, human flesh, to figure out who did the murder. You know what I mean? Preacher, dark. Deadly Class, it's a school for assassins, dark. Most of my favourite stuff is dark. Lock and Key. I rest my case. So hopefully this is good and I've got 6 volumes of it to try and taste it and see if it is good. Horror, occult, supernatural, Jeff Lemire. We'll give it a go. And let's just show you the artwork in here because that's what I do when it's comics. Well, that's kind of cool. It doesn't really show much, but ooh, we'll do another one. And here's some more. So yeah, hopefully that's good. I literally am not even going to read the back. I'm just going to jump in and hopefully they're good. And if they're not, it's fine because I borrowed them from the library for free. So next up, I picked up 3 volumes of Kick-Ass. This one's called Kick-Ass the New Girl, so it's book 1, 2 and 3 of Kick-Ass the New Girl. I've read the original Kick-Ass, I've read the... what's her name? Like, oh, the Hit Girl Prelude. and I enjoy them, so I thought, why not give this a go, see what it's like. There's a bunch of girls on it, so that might be fun. And yeah, we'll get into the artwork here. There we go, that's what we're working with, if we can see it past the glare. And yeah, hopefully this is a fun one. I have enjoyed all the other Kick-Ass volumes I've read, so there you go. And these next two are just random things that I saw there. So the first one is called The Great Wood by Tim Bird, and this just looks sweet. So it's very much like a comic style, like this. Really simple palette, like a comic, but it's like an animal walking through the town and stuff, and I just flicked through it and I thought that looks quite nice. It's probably not going to be horror and crazy graphic, but I also like other stuff as well. So yeah, I thought I'd give that one a go. And then the last graphic novel I got is called Little Nightmares, which again gives you the right vibes. This one just looks really cool. So this is the front cover, and well, at first I saw the side, obviously it's called Little Nightmares. I was like, and then look at these creepy guys on the back, past the glare. There we go, they're in the circle now, look at them. So I thought, that looks kind of interesting. And just look, it just looks like it's going to be really good, so hopefully it is. So that's all the graphic novels out of the way. We'll head on over to a message from one of the spawns next, and then I'll be back with some books. So as I was walking past the graphic novel section, I did have a quick look at some books, and I did grab a bunch of them as well. So first up, I saw this one. It's called The Beautiful Struggle by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Now on the back it says that this edition has been adapted for young adults, so it's quite a thin book. I did have a quick look in the the memoir section, but I don't really know how stuff's set out, and I don't know if it's actually called the same thing or not. So I thought I'll just grab this one. But it sounds interesting. It's by the author who grew up in the 80s in Baltimore, when it was known back then as the murder capital of the United States. So it's all about like living there, and siblings, and their father was a Vietnam vet and Black Panther. So I feel like it's going to be interesting. I would have enjoyed like the proper version, but I couldn't be bothered to stay there any longer to look for it properly. So this will suffice. I also picked up 2 Patrick Ness books that I've not read yet. I really enjoy Patrick Ness's work. I own quite a lot of his books, but I've just not got to these ones yet. So the first one is called And the Ocean Was Our Sky, and this is illustrated by Ravina Kai. And I don't really know much about this. There's a whale, and it's like quite big writing and stuff, and then obviously it's got illustrations in, because I just told you it was illustrated by somebody. But yeah, I really don't know much about this one, but it's Patrick Ness, so I want to give it a go. I also like ocean stuff. Whales, cool. Boats, cool. Hopefully the book, cool. And then the other one is Burn, which I haven't read. It came out a couple of years ago now, and it's about dragons, so I don't know why I haven't read it, but I haven't. But that's all I know about it. Patrick Ness, dragons, let's read it. I also grabbed Heatwave by TJ Klune. This is so shiny everything because it's got all these library wrappings on. All the books are just blinding you. Yeah, this is some sort of superhero thing. I like TJ Klune. I've read 3 of his books. 4? Maybe 4. I think 4 actually. Some of his more recently like proper published, traditional published, and also a few of his indie published books. So hopefully I enjoy this one. All I know is I look at the cover, the superhero stuff going on, and it's TJ Klune, so I'll read it. Hello from the future. So yesterday I watched a video from Katie, who is the Introverted Reader. Check them out, go follow them, all that jazz. Yeah, it turns out this is book 3 in a trilogy. I did not know. This is one of my pet peeves. When books in series, nowhere on the front cover, on the spine, on the back, does it say that it's part of the series. Why? Why do they do this? So yeah, whether I'll actually get this read, I don't know. It depends on if I get the other 2. We shall see. And finally, I didn't know this book was so chunky until I saw it. I have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. It's probably only chunky because it's a massive hardback. I'm sure the normal paperback would be like a normal book, but it's massive. But yeah, when this was announced and when it came out, I wasn't really interested in reading it. Not because I had any preconceived notions of it being bad, or oh, it's about Snow and nobody likes him, so why would I want to read a book? I just wasn't really interested. And then Kat from Brews and Reviews really liked this book, and she sold it to me, and then I was interested. So now I want to read it, and then I can watch the film as well afterwards. All I know is it's like a prequel to the Hunger Games by many years, and it's when President Snow was a younger guy. That is my knowledge. So there we go, that was a bunch of stuff from my library. I'm sure you will hear my thoughts about these books over the next few months. I've got 6 months to read them all. That's loads of time. So yeah, let me know down below if you've read any, or like which ones do you think I should get to first if you have read some. Maybe there's a specific one here you're like, read that now because that's a really good book. Who knows? What did you think about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? But no spoilers. Did you like it? Did you not? I'm intrigued. I will say I am intrigued. So yeah, do the things if you want. Comment if you want, like if you want, subscribe if you want, but only if you want. And I will be seeing you in a few days with another video. Bye.